You admiring the view? Woo! I can see you! Brand new third apartment floor here in Watopia, right on the beachfront. It's absolutely stunning. Coming up on today's Zwift Myths, I'm going to go down a rabbit hole I kind of wish I never went down. Have you seen the Netflix film Icarus? You know, the guy who decides to dope so he can win some sort of sportif, and then he gets embroiled in some sort of Russian drugs conspiracy against the government and WADA and...
I was thinking that would start, I ask you questions and you answer yes or no. Were you the mastermind that cheated the Olympics?
Yes.
But this rabbit hole I'm going to go down isn't quite as bad as that, but it's a rabbit hole that probably the majority of people out here haven't even thought of. The theory I want to test today is the theory of height on Zwift and how your avatar actually moves within the game when you change your height. Now, same as last week, we've got a set of parameters that we're going to stick to. We're just going to make one variable change, and that is going to be the height. So we're going to have 4 riders this week compete over 2 stages. It's going to be the figure of 8 on Watopia, and then we're going to send them up the Alpe de Zwift. We've got one rider at 155 centimeters, one rider at 170 centimeters, one at 185 centimeters, and the final rider at 200 centimeters. They're all going to be on the same bike, the Zwift carbon road bike. They're all going to be on the same wheels, the Zwift wheels, the Zwift carbon wheels. They're all at 70 kilos. Now I want you to remember that. They are all at 70 kilos. They're on the same bike, the same wheels, the same weight, the same power output at 300 watts, and the same RPM, 100 RPM. So within the algorithm in Zwift, there's obviously some sort of measurement for the CDA, and that's basically how aero you are through the air, or how slippery you are getting through the air. We know that this will have a worse CDA than this. Obviously, if you're pushing the wind this way, the full frontal area here is catching the wind. Turn it on its side, and the full frontal area now becomes this, and the wind can pass past it a lot easier, a lot quicker, a lot more efficiently, okay? So that said, check out this picture here. We've got 6 beautifully attractive young ladies, all weighing 70 kilos. Let's take the 2 extremes of those ladies. So the one on the right hand side we'll call the 200 centimeter rider, the one on the left hand side, the 155 centimeter rider. So you can see the taller lady on the right hand side is a bit more narrow than the lady on the left hand side. The lady on the left hand side, because she's much shorter, well, you can't physically contain the same amount of mass in a container that's shorter without it becoming slightly wider. That's physics, that's science. Look at this, both the same weight. 200 centimeter rider, 155 centimeter rider. I mean, it's a bit of an exaggeration, but which one do you think is going to be more aero? Who's got the least frontal area? You've got the tall rider here, same weight, 70 kilos, and the shorter, stumpier rider, 70 kilos. What I think should happen in this test is not a great deal, especially with the weight saving. If this rider was 50 kilos and this rider was 70 or 80 kilos, they would look very different. This rider would look like the top of this. Short and thin, a small frontal area, but they're the same weight. So what's going to happen? Let's find out. Hello everyone and welcome to stage 1 of the Tour of Watopia. We're taking in the figure of 8 today. Top left hand corner, 155 centimeter rider. Bottom left, 170 centimeters. Top right, 185 centimeters, and 200 centimeters is the bottom right rider. So the riders are heading down Ocean Boulevard now. We're 2k in, and there doesn't look like there's that much difference between them. So we sped it up so you don't have to spend 40 minutes watching these riders ride around. So they've all just finished the reverse KOM and now they're heading back under Ocean Boulevard, back to the forward KOM. Those eagle eyes amongst us might be able to tell exactly what time the riders just did up that forward KOM, but they're into the S's now, and now we're coming up to finish. I just want to pause it just here. Top left hand corner. That rider is currently on the start finish straight, around 300 meters to go. Bottom left, the rider just there is just heading under the underpass now and will be out onto the seafront shortly. The top right hand rider is in the middle of the S's, and then the bottom rider is at the start of the S's. That is a huge difference. We'll show you in a second exactly what the time difference is, but the algorithm seems to be in the favour of those shorter riders, even when they're at the same weight. Top left rider, shortest rider of the crew, 40 minutes and 28 seconds over that figure of 8. Next rider up over the line will obviously be the 170 centimetre rider in a time of 41 minutes and 15 seconds. I don't think we're going to be having to deal with decimal places today. Third rider over the line, top right, 185 in 42 minutes and 9 seconds. And the rider in last position, just in front of the broom wagon, he's going to make the time cut, 42 minutes, 40 seconds. So there you can see 47 seconds between first and second. So codename Esteban, he is too small. He's out front with a 47 second lead. And then the rider in last position, the tallest rider, Connor's done it again, is 2 minutes and 12 seconds behind that first place rider. Really? Let's head to stage 2 now and check out how they get on up the Alpe d'Huez Zwift. Exactly the same parameters as before. We're going to slow down the action here just as they're getting over the line. You can see the first place rider is just heading over the line now. He's going to finish in a time of 39 minutes, 31 seconds. (39 minutes and 41 seconds for the top right-hand rider. Bottom left this time is the 185, and he finishes in 39 and 49 seconds. And then finally bringing up the rear once again, Connor's done it again. He finishes in a time of 39 57 seconds. So obviously that algorithm and that CDA changes when they're going uphill because of the sheer fact that they are at a slower speed, and it's a lot easier to move that air out of the way. The 10 seconds difference there you can see in first and second place. From first and third we've got an 18-second difference. First to fourth we've got a 26-second difference. How does that affect the general classification overall results? Well, Esteban, he's too small, takes the Tour of Watopia, 56 seconds ahead of second place, which was either of the Yates brothers. Third, Chris Zoom finished just inside that 2-minute gap, so 1 minute and 59 seconds. And in last place, Connor's done it again, finishes in 2 minutes and 38 seconds behind. Holy moly, that is insane! Who'd have thought that? Now, if you're a science buff, if you know science and aerodynamics, leave a comment below. Because I do not believe that that disparity should be that huge. That is mental. What we're about to show you now is something I felt we needed to show you. Is something that needs addressing. So before we go any further in this video, firstly, I want to apologise to all my stream viewers for the stream you watched last night. If you didn't pick up on it, then I got away with it. And if I got away with it, that means there is a glaring issue with Zwift racing. Let me explain. So you've seen the disparity between a smaller rider at the same weight as a very, very tall rider at the same weight, 70 kilos. There's a huge disparity in it. So we're going to test that theory out in a race today. I'm going to actually race in the A group. And you know I get kicked in the A group. But with this, we're going to find out if I can actually stay in there. So what I'm going to do now, I'm in the pen right now. And I'm now going to adjust my height down to 120 centimeters. It's as easy as that. Now I know what you're thinking. You're going to be able to see that on your Zwift profile and your companion, and you can. But how many people are going to just dismiss that and not even think about it? Because everybody talks about weight. I've not touched my weight. I am the same weight, but I've just shrunk. Who's going to tell? And the other thing is, and this is the biggest problem, that it never updates on Zwift Power. So now you can see right here is the final results, 7th, and if you scroll all the way to the end, my height, once I return it back to its original height at the end of the race, hasn't changed on the results. You know, I've tested this theory a few times with a few different people, and it appears that it's the same. Change your height in the pen, change your height after the race. No one is any wiser. But I mean, hey, I could still get my ass kicked in this race. So let's jump on now. We've still got 15 minutes to go. Let's get warmed up. Now this is a race that I should get dropped in within, come on, what? A lap, maybe 2 laps if I'm feeling all right. But there's no way I should make it to the end of this in any sort of a front group. You know how I race. And again, stream watchers, I'm so sorry if this works out. But also, oh, one more thing as well. I could have kept this to myself. And the chances are, you would have never found this out. So, we're on the second group of the road.
How Lance Armstrong managed to cheat his way that much and not feel no remorse is beyond me. I feel like crying right now. Like, genuinely, I am so upset with myself that I've done that. But I feel like I've had to do it because it needs proving. It needs proving. So, what I'm doing right now is, I've just finished the race, so I'm now going to go back into Zwift. I'm going to change my weight back to how it was. My weight. I say it all the time, my height. Boom, boom.
It's interesting, right? Now, this isn't a guide for everybody to just go out and cheat. This is CyclingHub deciding that we want to tell everybody. We could have kept that a secret. We could have easily cheated for the next year and no one would have been any wiser, but careers are being made in esports. There's prize money up for grabs in the esports industry, and more of it is coming to the cycling part of the esports community. So I apologise to everybody for watching that and supporting me. The pain was real, it hurt, I suffered. Hopefully you'll join me for the next stream tomorrow night.